Hello, welcome to the 20th day of July 2023. Wow, how time flies. So just like yesterday, we said Happy New Year, and now we are already in the half of the year.
I swear.
we are.
This is like the 7th month.
That's the
right?
7th month.
And
We are
we're
even past the half.
half of the month.
Wow, that's
Like,
really how
the night
time
really
flies.
flew fast.
So fast,
I'm
so fast.
serious.
I was still, today I just realized that today was the 20th, and I was surprised because it
Wow.
was just like July started
Just
yesterday,
yesterday that was even wishing people happy new month and all that.
and we are already in the 20th. Wow, that's really amazing. Well, this is a newspaper review, and the newspaper review is a show where we bring you stories making newspaper headlines across Nigeria. My name is Sophia John. I am your host, and I won't be doing this alone. I'll be doing this with my exceptional Kosi as usual. Kosi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very fine.
I always compliment you anytime you come on the show. I always compliment you.
My hype woman.
You're hype woman. Sure. Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much. All right, a lot has been going on. A lot has been happening in our media space, our political space. A lot has been going on. Even in the health sector, a lot has been going on. We woke up on Tuesday morning to hear the news of the recent price in fuel that's really been affecting us. Transportation is on a high side, and we are thinking about the huge effect that will have on food. But we are just hopeful. Let's just be hopeful. All right, without much ado, I would like to move over to our first newspaper of today. We'll be looking at the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun's newspaper. The Daily Sun is leading with a story. You can see it boldly written. Aftermath of fuel price hike, commuters groan as transport fare soars. That's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. PDP rep clash, Nigerians being punished unnecessary. That's according to the NLC. You can find these stories on page 6 of the newspaper. Obi Bimam's Jos killing celebrates birthday with Plateau IDPs. That's on page 28 of the newspaper. Equating ex-Niger Delta agitators to northern bandits is criminal. That's according to Clark. You can find the details of that on page 28. Election petition. There was no telephone conversation between Tinubu and me. That's according to the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Mesoma apologizes to Jam, says, I feel pain for letting you down. That's on page 7 of the Daily Sun. Tinubu meets Senate President, governors over economy. Can find that on page 6 and page 29 of the newspaper. DSS clears Umba of NYSC discharge certificate forgery on page 27. APC's NWC's proposes August for mini convention. You can find that on page 26 of the newspaper. Subsidy remover, FG set to review workers' salary. That's according to the Senate President, Akpabio. You can find that story also on page 6 of the Daily Sun's newspaper. All right, that's all we'll be taking for the Daily Suns. Miss Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the story on page 6. Commuters groan as transport fare soars.
Well, it's quite a very sad one there because we thought we've seen it all, only for us to see that we're just starting. Exactly, we're just starting. We thought this subsidy removal is something that won't bring a lot of pains to Nigeria. We thought it's something that we can manage, but I feel we're just starting. Imagine the price of fuel was 515. Now they've increased it to some parts they are selling 750.
750, yes, some places.
Some 600 and all that. But I really don't blame all this filling station people. Yeah, I really don't blame them because what do you expect? Whereas value of naira has depreciated more.
Yeah.
Imagine this morning woke up and only for us to find out that the exchange rate from that's naira to dollar, $1 now is
Now
800 and something.
850 naira.
850 naira. So you don't expect someone that, after exchanging, because they have to take it out
Yes.
to refine it. That's why we are clamoring and calling on the government to please look into our refineries. We have uncompleted refineries in Port Harcourt, in Warri. Why can't they just look into it and at least, even if it's just one that is working, everybody is just talking about this Dangote refinery, but it's yet
It
they
was
are still
commissioned, but it's
they
not
are still
working.
exporting some things that they are going to use to refine it. You understand? It's still on commission, right?
Yeah.
They've not, it has not even
It
started
was
working.
commissioned. It
Okay,
was
it's not-
supposed to. You expect something that was commissioned to.
Exactly. But
to
even
kick
if
off.
everybody's saying, is that the only refinery that we're going to have? Don't you think he's a businessman? He's going to commercialize it. You understand? So I feel that the government should look into our refinery instead of bringing. Yeah, the other day they signed 500 billion loan for palliative. I feel they should look into that too.
Well, a lot of people are actually complaining. Our economic situation is getting more difficult, more difficult.
It's too much.
No matter how much you are earning, you can even be spending half of your transport, half of your salaries rather,
and
on
the next thing, they're not
transportation
even increasing
alone.
the salary.
It's not this.
The salary is still stagnant. They're not even increasing it. I feel that if all these things are increasing, they should also help increasing our salary. Because imagine the place, okay, coming to someone that is coming to work, and okay, maybe after the whole transportation and all that, you'll be spending something like 500, only for you to not to be spending 600, 700. Then you go, then that means for 2 days now you should be spending something like 1,400 or so, which is wrong. Then that means all your earnings are
Will be-
entering into this thing, transportation. This is
And
wrong.
then you have to buy food. You have to pay
And
house rent. I even heard the other day.
Once fuel increase, every other thing start increasing.
I even heard the other day that landlords are on the move to increase house rent.
After the recent increment they've done, like seriously, I feel we Nigerians are really suffering. The government, I beckon on the House of Rep, House of Senate to please look into this refinery. They should please, when President Tinubu said we should be patient, I never understood that until today, because imagine we've been patient till when would this suffering stop? A lot of people they can't even afford 2 square meal again. Some people, they will just take garri in the morning, drink garri in the afternoon. At night they can just get another thing. At times it's just garri. Garri is our saving soul now, our saving grace. People now walk at least to reduce the transportation fare. At least by the time you walk half of your journey, you then use the remaining small money you have to go home, which is wrong. I feel the government have a whole lot of things to do. Mr. President, you're telling us to wait, that we should be patient. A patient dog, they said, is the fattest meat. But right now, we are lean, we are going down. We need you people to look into our matter. Nigerians are suffering. A lot of things are going on. We still have our family to take care of. We still have our the medical bills and all that. So I feel they should look into our refinery, because once this hike in fuel, once there is hike in fuel, every other thing will increase. If you enter market now, the price of something you bought last week or even yesterday will be different. It must have increased by 10 naira, 20 naira, even 100 naira. So I'm pleading with the government to please look into our matter. We Nigerians are suffering. So that's my own opinion here.
Thank you very much for that, Warren. All right, we move over to our newspaper. We'll be looking at the Nigerian Tribune. 7 key consequences of petrol price hike on Nigerians. That's according to experts. Profile solutions on how to mitigate hardship. PDP CUPC says it is insensitive and provocative. Core issue directs lecturers to go to work twice a week. NMPC lacks power to fix prices, says Falani. Poor being choke. Tinubu adding salt to our injuries, Nigerian laments. Marketers suggest alternative energy options to motorists. You can find this all on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. Honeywell lawyers commends court on 72.2 billion naira damages award. Details of that on page 16. Temper justice with mercy, Mesoma begs jam. That's on page 5. Give us power to prosecute criminals, Amil Toki tells Ekiti lawmakers. That's also on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Court orders FG prayer to protect witnesses in suits against Toko Mamu. That's on page 15 of the newspaper. Senate wants employers to relax age requirements as preconditions for employment. That's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. The last story on the Nigerian Tribune is criminal obnoxious to compare Niger Delta's agitators to northern bandits. That's according to Clarks. You can find details of that story on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. You can go to any newspaper stand in Port Harcourt, you pick up the Nigerian Tribune, you see the stories. All right, Ms. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on this story on page 8. Senate wants employers to relax age requirements as precondition for employment.
Oh,
Well, I think that's a very welcome development because there are a lot of people that didn't get jobs because their age was above the age requirements. We see some jobs today, they tell you you must be less than 25 with 6 years experience.
seriously, that one is
They
quite a
put
funny one.
some kind of funny age, they don't put considerations into it,
And
that you
feel
have to
like,
finish school first,
how would these
you
people
have to
do
go
all
for your
these things without getting
NYSC,
7
you
years
have
experience?
yes,
Like how? How is it possible?
they put really
The main
funny
thing you should
requirements
let's
there.
let's first look at the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate as of 2023 now is 33%. In a country where jobs are not assured, now this age limit something has also tampered the chances of people who are talented, who have great things to offer.
Great things to
It
offer.
has also hindered their opportunity to at least improve in the economy, in the social, in political sector in the country. So I feel, yeah, that's a very great motion made or step taken by the House of Senate. I applaud them for that, and I pray that the president assents to it because this is a very wonderful thing.
And
Imagine
some people even go to the extent of reducing their age rather, sorry,
not just
to
it, just
fit
imagine,
into
you know,
into
the
a
number-
job requirement.
Nigeria. That's okay. Just imagine someone that just finished secondary school, and you know, let's just use the universal age limit. That is 18 years, right? So you just finish in your maybe you finish secondary school, 18 years, and jump. Most of us jump already. School like most of us we wrote jump twice, 3 times, once if you are lucky. And then you luckily maybe after writing jam twice, and then when you finish it was something like 18, then staying at home for 2 years, then you maybe 20
You're
years
20 now, you get to school.
you get to school, enter school at 20, only for you to normal course, let's just use the universal normal years course, that's 4 years, and you get okay, you enter school 20, only for you to stay in school for 4 years. Let's not even forget about ASU strike, that we will extend the years of your schooling.
Of your schooling,
Of
yes.
your schooling. So that means let me say, because I remember while I was in school, I stayed 2 years at home before I got my admission. Then ASU added 1 year, and then the COVID-19 another year. That's making it 6 years. So being in school for 6 years for a course that is supposed to be
For
4
just
years.
4 years.
You understand? I'm just so lucky that our school, they were able to rush everything, so making it just 5 years. You understand? Then maybe you are coming out and you're already 25. At 25, you need to go to your service. You have to wait for another 1 year for them to compute everything before going to service at 27. At 27 now, you need to serve then at 28.
You're done with
You
your
are done
service.
with the whole service
And you
all
won't
the
get a
whole
job immediately.
and you won't get
Just ask that
exactly
part.
because
Very important.
very very
That
important.
you won't get a job immediately.
What do you expect in a country where the unemployment rate is 33%? You won't unless you have that connection. In Nigeria, if you don't have connection, nothing. So just imagine someone who is 28 years and you're looking for a job, and then maybe eventually or maybe through the mercy of God you landed a job at 30 years. At 30 now, you got the job only for them to tell you that if you are above 25 years,
You
are
can't
not
get you can't
qualified.
get the job.
And by that time, imagine maybe before then, some people might have just go back to school just to further their education, to be above other people. You understand? Maybe do their masters, then come out. Only for you to you must have passed the age requirement for that job. It will leave you to nothing. Your intellect, your talents, everything you're supposed to add to the economic productivity of the country will just go to
And we
waste.
have a lot of cases of false age declaration because that's what
Because
those
that's
kind
the
of things.
reason. Exactly.
The year you did
That's why
YE could not
people-
correspond with the year you finished your
That's why people
school.
had to forge their age. Even a lot of people in the government sector, in the civil service sector, public service sector, they forge their age. You understand? Yeah, they say let's also look into the retirement age, which is 65. But you see, even our own head or leader is 71. They say retirement should be 65, right? But some people are still there. Some at the age of 80, they are claiming to be 60. So I feel at the age, I like the age retirement, that is 65. At that age, you should go and rest. You understand? But at least they should relax the age when it comes to younger people. You understand? They should remove that age of if you are not above or if you are not below 25, you can't get a job, which is wrong. Also, they should look into the experience, because where will you get that experience in a country that doesn't even have job opportunities? You understand? So people will be like 7 years of experience, this one.
And some
If you are
companies
age of-
don't even accept undergraduate experience. They will tell you
Exactly.
that was the experience you had when you were, some people,
school.
when they are in school, they will work.
What
and
of people that don't
when
do
you
that,
add
don't even
those
work?
to your
Because I
CV,
remember
some
then when
companies
I
will
was-
tell you boldly that this was an
What of people that
undergraduate
don't
experience.
even work? What of people that don't even work during that time? Because I remember then, when I was in school, I wasn't working. I was lucky that my parents were the ones catering and all that. But what of people that didn't even get that experience, except when you are being posted during your service? That's the only 1 year experience you can boast of. And then they are telling you that in a job that you have the charisma to do, only for them to be telling you that you have to have about 7 years experience. Where will you start from? I feel, yeah, I applaud the Senate for that wonderful motion.
Yes, this is really a welcome development from the
Exactly.
Senate. I'm really glad for this news. It's really a welcome because it has affected a lot of
A
persons.
whole lot of persons.
Right, we're going on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be looking at our last newspaper for today. Stay tuned.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. This is still the newspaper review on TAV TV, and I am still your host, Sophie John. All right, let's move over to our last newspaper for today, The Guardian newspaper. The Guardian is leading with a story, Bank Firms in Currency Risks, Capital Erosion Crisis as Dollar Hits 850 naira. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. You can see a picture of the naira and the dollar on the Guardian newspaper, the front page. Senate urges relaxation of age requirements for jobs. That's on page 7 of the newspaper. Falana, PDP slams FG, NNPCL over fuel price hike. That's on page 6 of the newspaper. Northern leaders wrong to ask amnesty for bandits, terrorists, according to Clark. I'll take that again. Northern leaders wrong to ask amnesty for bandits, terrorists. That's according to Clark. You can find the details of that on page 28 of the Guardian newspaper. Subsidy remover, Core AC directs members to work twice a week. That's on page 5 of the newspaper. And moving over to sports, hurdles for Super Falcon as World Cup begins. That's on page 4 of the newspaper. 3 persons killed in fresh Plateau attack. That's the last story for today on The Guardian, and that's on page 29. Wow, this is really sad. 3 persons killed in fresh Plateau attack. How long are we going to continue hearing these stories? A lot have been going on in Plateau. Insecurity, Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, a lot killing. I hate to read this type of stories. All these lives, human beings, active humans, turn into numbers. I hate reading this kind of stories. Ms. Kosi, can you share your thoughts on this? 3 persons killed in fresh Plateau attack.
Firstly, I feel we should look at the issue of insecurity, which has been the talk of every politician or every president that wants to, or every aspiring president,
every candidate from every party.
Exactly, from every party that wants to become the president of Nigeria. A lot of people, they'll be like, I'll fight insecurity in Nigeria, I'll do this one and do this one. Insecurity has also eaten deep into Nigeria, that people live in fear. People are scared to even leave their homes at night, which is not something that is supposed to be. The first responsibility of a good governor is to protect the rights, the lives of its citizens. But in such a place whereby the lives of the citizens are being threatened, people, especially in this part, in that certain part of Jos, that's Plateau, are being killed like they are killing chicken. These are the life of someone's father, someone's brother, sister, son, daughter, and it's as if it's nothing. Like the way they kill people in Nigeria is as if nothing. You can't just tell me in that part of the world, that's in another part of the world, that's in Europe or in USA, you can't tell me that you can just be killing anybody like that. It's not possible, because in American constitution, every American life matters. You understand? Every American life matters, and the government look out for the security.
That's your first responsibility as a governor or president.
Okay, without in a country where there is no security, everything goes apart. If Nigeria are able to tackle the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, I feel every other thing will fall into place, because it's a country where where the lives of the citizens is being secured and assured. Everything will be going well. Imagine this in this southern part of Plateau State, that mostly in that Mango, there have been a whole lot of killing, murdering and other, especially from all these Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, a whole lot of things. And most of our brothers, sisters are there. You understand? But imagine then you're there and all this whole killing, you won't just come out anyhow. You understand? Because
you can do your business.
Coming out is like
you can't go to school.
You are risking your life, and nobody can read such. I feel the governor of Plateau, that's Mr. Landlord, should please look into the insecurity in Plateau. Plateau State before now was a place that where people come organize events. It was so
That should
secure. I
have
don't
been
even
a long
understand.
time ago
Exactly,
because we've
before
been
now.
hearing stories like this in
Before
Plateau,
now,
Jos,
Plateau is a
especially
place
in the
that is very
capital
quiet and
area.
all that. But now, hearing all this insecurity and all that, it depreciates the country, the state's economy, because nobody would like to risk living there. You can't stay there just because you want to
You can't even do your business
do
because you're
business
scared of
because
your life.
exactly, which is wrong. I feel that the governor of Plateau State should look into this should be the paramount of what he should look into in his agendas as the governor of Plateau. He should look into it so that the lives of people in Plateau will be secure. These are people's brother, these are people's relative. You know, my grandmother then normally says that when they are carrying someone else dead body, it will be like a log of wood until they are carrying something that is someone that is
It's
close
related
to
to
you.
you.
That's when you understand the pain of that. You understand? Then coming out to commiserate with them and all that, that's a very wonderful thing. Especially I love the way Mr.
The
Peter
action
Obi,
of the Labour
Mr.
Party
Exact
candidate.
candidate, that's Mr. Peter Obi. I really applaud him for that, for celebrating his birthday with
It
the
was really a
internally
beautiful
displaced
thing to
people
see.
in
That was
Plateau
really a
State.
beautiful. We must
That's
commend
really
him for that action.
exactly.
And I love how that action influenced other people to do theirs that day, because I saw a lot of videos of people in River State. I saw some in Kano. They were reaching out to the less privileged, sharing things to celebrate his birthday with
I
him.
feel that if every politician should
Yes,
adopt such,
that's
or
such
if
character.
every worthy person out there should adopt such character,
We need people in
Nigeria
our
would be a
media
great
spaces
place.
doing more of this.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
really,
It would be very, very commendable, because just imagine him now, at least, like what you said, his single gesture prompted everybody to start following his footsteps and all that. Mr. Peter Obi, thank you so much for reaching out to internally displaced people of Plateau, making them feel love, because as they are attacking their homes, they are displacing them from their homes. A lot of people have lost their homes as a result of this bandit attack. So I applaud you for reaching out to people in Plateau State, the less privileged, the internally displaced people in Plateau State, and for making them feel love. Only God will reward you. So that's why my own advice, or my own view, is that the governor of Plateau State should please look into the insecurity in Plateau and restore Plateau to its lost glory.
thank you very much for that, Warren. Thank you for joining me once again, Kosi. Thank you
You're
so much.
most welcome.
Thank you. Well, that's a wrap for today. I hope you enjoyed our beautiful segment. Meet us same time, same station. You can also be a part of this program. You can drop your comments on the comment section, and you can also follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. Thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you.